The Brave Little Squirrel and the Big Storm Kids Story Bedtime Story. In a peaceful forest surrounded by towering trees and soft, green grass, there lived a little squirrel named Sammy. Sammy was small, with fluffy brown fur and a bushy tail. He loved running up and down the trees, collecting acorns, and playing with his friends. But there was one thing Sammy was afraid of: the storms. Whenever dark clouds rolled in, Sammy would scurry into his burrow and hide, feeling nervous about the strong winds and loud thunder. The other animals in the forest were braver, and they would prepare for the storm, but Sammy always ran away from it. One day, the sky began to grow dark, and the wind started to blow. A big storm was coming, and all the animals in the forest began to prepare. The beavers worked hard to reinforce their dams. The birds flew to their nests, and the rabbits huddled together for warmth. But Sammy didn't know what to do. He stared up at the sky, his heart racing. "I'm too small and scared," he thought. "I don't know how to help." Just then, his friend, a wise old owl named Ollie, flew down beside him. "Sammy, the storm is coming and you're afraid. But you don't have to face it alone." "But I don't know what to do," Sammy said, his voice trembling. "I'm too little to do anything." Ollie smiled kindly. "Sometimes it's not about how big you are. It's about having courage no matter how small you feel. The storm will come, but you can still be brave." Sammy took a deep breath, feeling the warmth of his friend's words. "I'll try," he said softly. As the storm grew closer, Sammy decided to help. He began by gathering acorns and storing them in his burrow, so he would have enough food for the storm. Then he helped his rabbit friends build a shelter, and he even offered to share his acorns with anyone who needed them. As the winds howled and the rain poured down, Sammy huddled inside his burrow, listening to the storm outside. But he felt a sense of peace. He had faced his fear, and he had helped his friends. He realized that courage wasn't about being fearless. It was about helping others, even when you felt scared. The storm passed, and when the sun came out the next morning, Sammy emerged from his burrow. The forest was wet, but everything was calm again. The animals gathered to check on one another, and Sammy felt proud. "Sammy, you were so brave during the storm," said one of his rabbit friends. "You helped us all." Sammy smiled, his heart swelling with happiness. "I was scared at first, but I learned that being brave doesn't mean you're not afraid. It means doing what you can, even when you feel small." From that day on, Sammy wasn't afraid of storms anymore. He knew that even in the toughest times, he had the courage to help and the strength to face any challenge. And so, the little squirrel who once feared the storms became known as one of the bravest creatures in the forest, teaching everyone that even the smallest hearts can be the strongest.